Good morning, guys. Good morning. It's Mazi again, and I'm here to share my outlook with you guys, my daily outlook with you guys. So we'll start from gold. Let's start from gold. So it's pretty obvious and clear that price is still reacting up from the daily demand zone, like we said earlier, or like I've been saying for a while. And yeah, you can see price has tapped into the midpoint. Yeah, here into my midpoint, gave me an engulfing, and this now price came back, retested my engulfing, and could not continue. Rather, it started struggling. And this sales is looking as if initially it was looking as if it is smooth, but from the look of things, I see this as a sell that has been struggling. Because looking at it from 4 hours, it's now looking clearer. From 4 hours, it's very, very clear that it is obviously struggling. It is obviously struggling. So with that, owing to the fact that it has tested my zone here, my zone, but before it did that, I can clearly see a 4 hour structure which it created here. A 4 hour structure which it's created here. And on this 4 hour structure, this is my inducement point or internal liquidity point, which price came and did a stain, tested it, tried to move up, came back, induced everybody, and this is now where the order block is resting. This is the order block, and it is pretty obvious that price is not really interested in moving up from this order block. That is why we came into it, tried to tap the 50% zone and could not. Yeah, obviously could not. So finally it came back and corrected it, tapped into it, and now it is building up. You can see a clear build up, though it's looking a bit choppy here, but here now it's not expounding here. I'm seeing clear expansion. So we check 4 hours to see, 2 hours to see if there's something for us to bank on from this point here. Okay, there's practically nothing to bank on here. There's practically nothing to bank on here. Okay, so let's move to the 1 hour time frame to see if there's anything to also clearly bank on. And from the look of things, there's still nothing to bank on from this point. There's nothing. And okay, I can see pull back. Okay, pull back on this. All right, so this is a 1 hour structure. Just clear on this. What is a 1 hour structure? Right, 1 hour structure. Price did a clean test of it. A very clean test of the 1 hour structure. So this is it. Very clean. The price did not meet up with the 50%. This is 50%. Just tapped into it and moved. I wouldn't have been on this trade. It's no brainer. I wouldn't have been. Look at it. The source candle is even wide. Oh, I missed it. I chose other block. I'm supposed to choose source candle because source candle engulfed the other block. Let's see if we. Okay, still the same thing. Price did not come to the 50%. Price did not. So with that, we go down to 30% to see if we can find any valid structure. I can see one here. Yeah, there's a structure here. Okay, this is now a 30-minute structure. So since I have a 30-minute structure, I'm not going down below. I will not do that. 30-minute structure. So now what is now my expectation on gold is for gold to come back to the other block. If it comes back to the other block, I'm going to be on a buy here. I'm going to be on a buy here. Yeah. So I'll be expecting gold to, come back into this midpoint here. Then we continue to the upside. So that will be my expectation for gold. It's either it comes to that midpoint or here, whichever. Take it from here, midpoint better, you get better RR. Then stop loss around this zone, then I'll move to the upside. So this is my expectation currently on gold. Let's check BTC. Let's check BTC. Let's check BTC. So if you're watching this video from Instagram, kindly check YouTube for the full version of this video. And yeah, this video is proudly sponsored by Hola Prime, one of the best prop firm out there, one of the best prop firms out there, and the most transparent prop firm out there. They have a broker fully regulated. They have futures, right, for those persons who are in countries that they don't allow them to trade with CFD. Hola Prime got you covered. You trade CFD, Hola Prime got you covered. And when I say they're the most transparent firm, right, it's not just something I'm saying, it's a proven fact. Hola Prime works hand in hand with what? Deloitte. Not like works, but they give Deloitte full access to what? Consistently audit them, because they have 2 records they are trying to maintain out there, right? Deloitte put out all this fact. Whatever payouts they do goes through Deloitte. Deloitte verifies and audits everything to make sure the record they are holding, which is no payout denial since 2014. Now, when I mean no payout denial, I am not saying if you breach their rule, they are going to pay you. No. Any rule that is not stated on their website, they can never use that rule to breach you. So whatever payout they denied, go and check their website. There's a rule the person what faulted there. So before you get an account, I always advise you settle down, you read that rules to understand. Very, 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 very important for your own good. So as long as you've read the rules are not even complicated, very simple. You just have to calm down to read to understand. Simple rules. There's no lot size restriction, no consistency rule, except maybe you're doing payout on demand, but bi-weekly, bi-monthly, no consistency rule. No lot size restriction. Weekend holding is allowed. News trading is allowed on their Prime account, not Prime Pro, Prime accounts. News trading is allowed. And before, Prime account was just 30% leverage. Now it has even gotten better. It's now up to 50% leverage. Because why? They're trying to protect themselves since they're allowing you to trade news. But if you want to enjoy a bigger leverage, you cannot go for the Prime Pro, right? But that one, you're not allowed to trade news because they're giving you access to a bigger leverage. Okay? So as for the broker, their spreads are beautiful, wonderfully tight, and it's supported in West Africa and other African countries. They work with payment platforms. Different payment platforms. Like for West Africa, the most popular is a Korapi. They work with Korapi. So you can fund through your bank. You can withdraw through your local bank. All right. So yeah, use the code on your screen to get amazing discount, right? Click the link on my bio to get access to this video on YouTube, to get access to Hola Prime Broker, and also get access to Hola Prime Prop Firm and purchase your account. Cheap accounts. The accounts are very, very beautiful. Very, very awesome. Very, 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 very awesome. And they are rolling out different discount code, right? You can always comment on the comment section if you want to get an account, so I can guide you and give you the most recent code, so you can enjoy up to 50% discount whenever you're purchasing, or just use the code on your screen to buy right away. But if you want to, enjoy whatever latest package they have, always notify me or send me a DM on any platform you're watching this video, so I can help you get the most recent code and you're going to enjoy amazing offer from Hola Prime. So let's move forward. Yeah. So like I said, we're looking at BTC. So this is BTC. And yeah, from the weekly, let's have a clear look at the weekly. BTC on the weekly. So from the weekly, it is pretty obvious from how I mark structure. This is my last break of structure, and this is like a change of character, and change of character with that in mind, right? Are we expecting price to come in to this point? It's supposed to be this other block here, but this is the midpoint. I already highlighted it, the midpoint, which means I've already used this tool and just selected the midpoint and the extreme, right? So you can see the X and the target where I'm expecting for price to reverse, which is here. Tap here and reverse to the downside for continuous selling. Why? Because this is Bitcoin halving here and other factors, right? So I'm looking forward for a sell. Now, why am I looking forward to buy from here till this point, right? If price does not reverse from this point, then till this point before we reverse. Why? Is because after this break of structure, I checked if this move is a structure on any time frame. On daily time frame, I checked. From how I mark structure, it is not a structure. Then I went down to 4 hours to check. For how I mark structure, yes, it is a structure. Very obvious. So you see, I labeled it failed 4 hours break of structure. So that is why I'm expecting price to return to this point for a possible reversal. So with that being said, I have to now zoom in and start buying. Start looking for structures inside. And from here, I can see a clear 4-hour structure. Yeah, this clear 4-hour structure. Yeah, it's a clear 4-hour structure. Price came back and moved to the upside. So we can see from here, I would have marked it from here to maybe somewhere here, but it will not make sense because this is not okay. Yeah, actually completed, came back. Okay, I get. Yeah, so we say here from here. So from here, this is where 4 hours ended. Okay, and here is a body close, and now we're having another structure here, but there's no 4 hours. Oh, this is not a 4-hour structure. My max structure is not a 4-hour structure. Let me check 2 hours. It is not a 4-hour structure, but this now becomes a 2 hours structure. So this is a 2-hour structure. So I label it to have that in mind. 2 hours BS. And where is going to be my zone? Yeah. Though it has been tested already. It has already been tested. So price will most likely read this low to go up. It has been mitigated already. Price has mitigated it already. Or price can still just what? Come to this midpoint. Since this low here, right, is lower than the midpoint or higher than the midpoint, to come to this midpoint, take this low, read it, move to the upside to give us a better, move to the upside. So that will be my trade. Whenever BTC decides to come into this zone, I'm going to be here waiting for a possible buy, except if it creates another structure outside here, then I'll be having a change of mind. So that is me, buy continuation on BTC. So looking at this guy here, so this is GBP USD, sorry. So GBP USD, okay, my structure. Okay, so this will be the next H4 structure. Let's see, 4 hours. Okay. Did we get a break up here? Yeah, there's a body close here. So the 4-hour structure ended here. Okay, so this is the next 4-hour structure. This is my current 4 hours structure. And I'm expecting price. Where is the lowest point? Which candle made the lowest point? Wait, let's zoom in. So we can pick our zone. Okay, so obvious this black candle made the lowest point, which is the source candle. But I'm going to check move take from the other block. Yeah, I'm going to select from the other block. And yeah. So this will be me waiting for GBP USD to play inside my midpoint, move down to this point here. Then I take my buy and exit at this point. So that's my expectation. That's my expectation. But from the look of things here, there is no internal liquidity point here. There's no inducement point. So maybe, just maybe, it's going to create an inducement. Okay, it has created this pullback here already. We already have a pullback here. An inducement. But I am honestly not satisfied with this inducement. It's not long enough. I would have expected it to come a bit higher before moving down. Then we'll buy from here. But whatever I want to do, just keep fingers crossed. Let me see. From this point, that inducement range is not convincing. It's not convincing. Honestly, it's not convincing. It's absolutely not convincing. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced, but we'll just see. All fingers crossed. But this trade, if I take this trade, that is if I don't have another pullback that comes to this upside before dropping. When I take this trade, my stop loss, I'll give it a little bit room to breathe. I'll just put it maybe at this low, right? Then target more range to get a good reach to reward. Why? Because there is no internal structure here. I can't see any internal structure except okay, one. Okay, I can say okay, this is like a one pullback, second pullback. And if I get another pullback, a third pullback before this point, then I can take it. Because this okay is well, this is another way that price can tell you it wants to reverse. When it does not leave an inducement point or an original liquidity, you can do this. Once it gives you a 3 structure before coming to your POI, you can also buy with this, right? A break of structure 1, break of structure 2, break of structure 3 before coming into your POI. You can use this to buy to the upside. So this will now serve as like a trend line. You get the idea. So that's just the logic. So the logic for this. So that's just the extra logic. It's not as if there's anything special. It's just that, you're expecting price giving you more like a trend line, the trend line inside here before it taps your zone. So that your zone or your demand zone will now act like a force towards force the trend line to break out, meaning it will take liquidity above it. The people who are selling to sweep everybody out. Then this will happen. You move to the upside. So that's just the logic. So it's not as if it's anything special. There's nothing special about it. All right, so let's move to the next one. GBP JPY, GBP JPY. Okay, so GBP JPY, this is not a 4 hours break of structure. Nope, it is not. Obviously, it is not the current 4 hours break of structure. It is not. So check 2 hours to see if there's anything for us. Okay, on 2 hours. Pull back this. Most of the upside this. Okay. 2 hours break of structure. And sorry, I'm trying to be extra careful. These days, I've just been doing things impulsively and making series of mistakes. And the mistakes is just too much. After the price plays out, I will now settle down and check and see a very silly mistake I made. So I'm trying to be very, very careful now, right? Let me not be the one causing problem for myself, because it has always been obvious. So it's looking obvious that I'm the one causing problem for myself. So I'm trying to be extra careful while doing analysis from now on. I'm trying to be extra careful. So sorry I'm taking too much time. Initially, I was trying to rush to make sure the video is short, but it's not really helping me. So let me take my time. So this is now my current 2 hours structure. And for this, I can be very comfortable. Why? Because okay, yeah, I can use this point now as my inducement. There's actually a clear inducement here. So for this, I don't have to worry too much. That's a pullback. This is not a pullback. This doesn't qualify to be called a pullback. Okay, that's also a pullback. This is also a pullback. So here too can be the next inducement point. So here is a clear inducement point here. But there's no point since this is already inside my demand zone. So this is my zone. Sorry, the video is getting too long. I'm just trying to be extra careful. I've been trying to make sure my video is around 10 minutes, and because of that, making useless and silly mistakes I'm not supposed to make. And also, it has actually it has had a very useless effect on my account, honestly, because after making this video, I no longer analyze. I just come and monitor, and it has made silly impact on my account. So it's time to be very, very observant and stop making useless mistakes. So yeah, I'll be waiting for this guy to drop here. Here will be serving as my inducement. Then here will be serving as where my price will be making reversal from. So here, this is it. This will be me to this point. So guys, that is that about that. Thanks for watching. If you've watched up to this level, please, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on other platform, please help me share, repost, so others can see this. I'm just documenting my process, and I'll keep sharing with you guys. Definitely, I'll keep sharing. Right, sharing. There's no need holding back. Right, I will keep sharing. I will keep sharing. But please, if you're a prop firm trader and maybe you want to start checking or taking my trades, please make sure you don't use the same entry with me or exit. You can change the parameters, because if you do that, they are going to hold your account for copy trading. They're going to do that. And I guess that is why I'll stop putting my buy to, so you don't see the exact price I'm buying from or the stop loss I'm using. I'll just show you the area, right? So you can just choose your entry based on the broker you use and make sure you have a different pricing. The prop firm you use. I don't want any issue where your account have issue, that especially for those who want to trade the Hola Prime, your account is having issue and mine is also having issue for copy trading rule. I don't really want that. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.